Israel-Iran War News Live Update. Israel fortifies its cyber dome to thwart Iranian cyber warfare. Thanks to its Iron Dome missile defense system, Israel has been able to evade rocket attacks. It is currently constructing a cyber dome to protect itself from cyber attacks, particularly those hailing from Iran. Israeli National Cyber Directorate Chief of International Cooperation Aviram Atzaba stated, "We have been creating a cyber dome against cyber attacks, which acts like the Iron Dome against missiles." The development of this cyber dome has been ongoing for the past 2 years. Iran and its allies have ramped up their cyber attacks, therefore the Directorate has been hard at work creating a centralized, real-time system to proactively defend Israeli cyberspace. Keep yourself informed with the most recent news. Stick with KT on WhatsApp groups. When asked about the number of major attacks foiled since the conflict broke out, Atzaba estimated 800. Civil and military infrastructure, together with government agencies, were among the objectives. Israel does have cyber defenses, but according to Atzaba, they have always been local operations that were not integrated. Professor Chuck Freilich of Tel Aviv University's Institute for National Security Studies argued that, despite Israel's reputation as a cyber powerhouse, Iran was only going to become stronger. An amazing enemy is what he referred to Iran as in the cyber wars. He claimed that in addition to disrupting and destroying infrastructure, the attacks also gather intelligence data and disseminate misleading information for propaganda reasons. According to Freilich's February report, Iran was sluggish to engage in cyber warfare until 2 major events caused a shift. Its founders first studied the 2009 post-election revolt, in which protesters opposed to the government utilized the internet to rally support. The Iranian government banned websites and social media platforms that reported on the protests as part of the brutal repression that put an end to the movement. Iran then claimed that the US and Israel were behind a sophisticated cyber attack in September 2010 that physically damaged Tehran's nuclear program and employed the Stuxnet virus. The attack proved Iran's enormous vulnerability and caused a severe national shock, Freilich said of the attack. One of the most active countries in cyberspace is now Iran, thanks to the country's extensive cyber capability, he said. According to Atzaba, the quantity of hackers is less important than the quality and use of technology. A number of scanners are part of the Israeli system that watch Israeli cyberspace for vulnerabilities and advises the stakeholders of the ways to mitigate them in real time, according to him. Collaboration between the Israeli government, businesses, and universities, along with the country's white-hat hackers, was crucial to Israel's cyber strength, according to the Turkish Commerce Ministry. All trade with Israel came to a halt on Thursday because of the worsening humanitarian disaster in the Palestinian territories. In a statement, Turkey's Commerce Ministry announced that all items were immediately subject to a halt in export and import operations involving Israel. Until the Israeli government permits an unimpeded and adequate flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza, Turkey will firmly enforce these additional limitations. Keep yourself informed with the most recent news. Stick with KT on WhatsApp groups. In 2023, the amount of trade between the two nations was $6.8 billion. In response to what Ankara saw as Israel's rejection to include Ankara in humanitarian airdrop operations for Gaza and its onslaught on the territory, Turkey placed trade sanctions on the Jewish state last month. The foreign minister of Israel claimed earlier on Thursday that President Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey was violating agreements by closing ports that Israeli goods might use.